Hello, my name is Andy and I am the Village Idiot. I'm armed with a car and a GoPro and an unhealthy amount of time on my hands. I'm using that time to attempt to visit every civil parish in England. You're watching the West Lindsey series. This is one of the 9 districts of Lincolnshire and one of the county's most rural. It has 128 civil parishes. Let's see which one this episode's all about. Welcome back to West Lindsey, everybody, and guess what? It's still raining. Has it dampened my spirits? Not a bit of it. And this place certainly will lighten my mood. We're beginning this one at a level crossing, which, as you can see, has got a pub on the other side of it, and there's also a signal box which still stands here too. This is the level crossing you'll find on the way to Grimsby on the A46. It's Holton le Moor level crossing, and that's because we're in the parish of Holton le Moor. The West Lindsey series is sponsored by Gainsborough Cycles 01427 617 752. For all your cycling needs, this is your one-stop shop, located at 20 Ropery Road or online at gainsboroughcycles.com. There's a link in the description. Gainsborough Cycles, ask for Trevor Halstead. And this video is also sponsored by Jamie's Fitness Studio, based on Low Road, Grayingham, near Curtin in Lindsey. Jamie is one busy lady. Check her out by calling 07906 749 574 or emailing hello@jamies.co.uk. Online membership is available. There's a link to her Facebook page in the description. Jamie's Fitness Studio. Get fit, get happy, get healthy. Here's my disclaimer for people who may be watching me for the first time. I say things as I would in my native accent and dialect. As a result, I may not pronounce things in the same way as the locals do. Remember, I'm a visitor. It's impossible to know everything. Leave me a comment, spin me a like, and bash that subscribe button. Let's get to today's parish video. Welcome to the second of West Lindsey's 2 Holtons. This is Holton le Moor, which was recorded in the Domesday Book as Hoctune. Holton le Moor lies on the B1434 and to the west of the A46. The nearest towns are Market Rasen 6 miles to the south and Caistor 3 miles to the north. It was formerly served by Holton le Moor railway station, which still stands along with its signal box. This is not to be confused, of course, with Holton cum Beckering. The suffixes on both villages help to distinguish the two, but to be honest, they're 2 very different settlements. Holton cum Beckering's only real landmarks are its church and its hall. Holton le Moor, on the other hand, can boast a range of historic features, a lot of them relating to the Dixon family, who were once lords of the manor. Holton's most important buildings include Holton Hall, a 1785 building which was built for Thomas Dixon. The family also founded the former village school, which is highly decorated with shields and rose branches. It was once associated with the church and is now St Luke's County House. There's a row of almshouses here too, which are also down to the Dixons. Holton's most impressive building, though, by far is the Moot Hall. Centrally placed, the Moot Hall is a pargeted building built in 1910 by local farm workers. The sort of building you could stand and admire for a while. Let's go and do just that. We begin on the A46, the main road between Lincoln and Grimsby at Holton le Moor level crossing. This line should be familiar by now. It's the same one that passes through Market Rasen on the way to Grimsby. Holton le Moor has a manned signal box which still controls this level crossing. It was built in around 1848. So too was Holton le Moor railway station, which still stands. Unlike the signal box, it's no longer in use. It closed in 1965. It was the station between Claxby and Usselby to the south and Moortown to the north. Next door is the Hope Tavern. This is a traditional country pub and intimate blues venue dating from 1879. On the wall of an adjacent building there's an information board all about Holton le Moor and its landmarks. So these little information boards, they prove quite useful, especially for the ones that I don't know. And I don't know a lot about Holton le Moor, to be honest with you, but there's a few things of interest on this map. You can see this is where we are at number 1, which is the Hope Tavern, according to this, and this is the level crossing just here. Now my route into Holton le Moor will take me up Caistor Road, the A46, along Wash Dyke, and then down Gatehouse Road into the village, which is here. And it's a nice little village. It's clustered, as you can see. It's not, you know, spread out all over the place. It's just one sort of cluster. And here we've got some points of interest. So we've got the church to look at when we get there. We've got St Luke's County House on Gatehouse Road. We've got Moot Hall, the almshouses, the hall, and the playing field. And they, as you can see, they're all in one area. So really, this shouldn't be a difficult one to cover, to be honest with you. It's a linear village because there's no way to walk around it, annoyingly. I've got to walk down here and then up here and down there to cover everything. But yeah, we'll see what it's like when we get there. So we're going to hop back over the level crossing, back into the car, and check out the main Holton le Moor village. Gatehouse Road's full name is Haycorns Gatehouse Road. This runs over a second level crossing emerging into Holton le Moor close to the church. This road passes the private and Grade 2 listed Holton Hall, built in 1785 for Thomas Dixon. Here's a picture of it on your screens right now. Here we are at the church where our walking route begins. It's a Grade 2 listed building and it's dedicated to St Luke. In its sizable churchyard there's a nature area similar to the one in Middle Rasen. Again, it's termed God's Acre. St Luke's was rebuilt in 1854 by a George Place in the early English style. It was partly rebuilt again in 1926. The earliest parts of the church are ironstone. Inside are memorials to the Dixon family, former lords of the manor. Okay, let's see if it's open. Nope, nope, it is not open, it is locked, unfortunately. So that's one church we're not going to be able to get into. No reason why we can't have a look around the porch though. I'm sure all the church enthusiasts out there will be loving that. Now, if we head out of the church door and close the door behind us, if we turn right, you can see there's a little path here leading through to another building past a tall cross right here on the right hand side. Let's go down here and see what this path will take us to. The path takes us to St Luke's County House. This was originally St Luke's Church of England Primary School. It was built in 1858. Set into the wall is a tablet which tells us the school was founded by William Dixon. It also mentions Anne Dixon, who built houses and brought water from the Wolds. This became a national school in 1903. Up above the door are shields and rose branches, accompanied by the words, "Live for God, King and Country." The school closed in 2006 and was converted into offices. The school can now be used as a bookable event space. If you think the school is an impressive building, it's about to get better. Next door is the Moot Hall. The Moot Hall is Holton's civic building, which dates from 1910. To this day, it's still used for civic meetings. This has tablets on its walls as well. This one tells us about how Holton was recorded in the Domesday Book. So this is pretty cool. As well as showing you what was recorded in the Domesday Book on one side of the door, On the other side, you've got what was here in 2000. So this must have been put here for the millennium. So in 2000, Holton le Moor had 2 farms covering 1,660 acres, woodlands covering 154, buildings and roads covering 49, for a total of 1,863. 3 reservoirs, 5 farm workers, 2 estate workers, 1 builder, 25 freehold houses, 46 tenanted houses, 4 almshouses, 1 school with 65 pupils, 1 public house, 1 moot hall, 1 church, 145 electors, and 47 children. And a partridge in a pear tree. Rasen Road now, and here's the Dixon almshouses, built using money left by Amelia Margaretta Jameson Dixon. Rasen Road runs south back towards the A46. The small village playing field is on the left at that bend. We're heading back to the north. Here's a house called Tutwell, which bears a date stone of 1873. Now for a look at the front of the moot hall. It was built by local farm workers in the Tudor revival style. It's timber framed and has wattle and daub and brick nog infilling. Its walls are extensively pargeted. Persons depicted in the pargeting include Horatio Nelson, King George V, St George and St Hugh. The pargeting evokes memories of the arts and crafts movement, which was popular at the time of the building's construction. You could spend all day looking at the hall. We've got to move on though. Tick Holton le Moor off the list, folks. Here's the parish notice board. Okay, so from here, it's just basically a case of walking up the road a bit further towards the phone box and a few other interesting properties, and then we'll make our way back to the church where we began this main walk. Not a very big place, is it? It's very clustered and everything's neatly all together, which is better for me. Our last task on this main walk is to complete the circuit of the village by checking out its northern end. On Holton Road there's the old red phone box. No longer fitted with a phone, this is the local book exchange. Holton Road, still the B1434, runs north towards Moortown, which you'll recall is in the parish of South Kelsey. This is where most of the more modern houses are located, a lot of them set back slightly from the road. This one bears the well-known local name Askew. There's another parish notice board here, as well as a postbox. Holton has no post office, nor does it have a shop. Caistor provides the easiest access to those amenities locally. Back to Haycorn's Gatehouse Road, and this white house was just gorgeous. It was my favourite in the whole village. Opposite is the back of St Luke's County House. You're actually looking at its 1913 built extension here. And with just a few more steps to go back to the start, something came past me on the road which served as a reminder that around all these fabulous old buildings is a large swathe of farmland. Tractors are not an uncommon sight in Holton le Moor village. And that brings us to the end of the walk around Holton le Moor. It's a lovely little place. Why have I never been here before? I ask you that question. I've been over that level crossing a load of times, but never actually set foot in the main village before. And, you know, it's a bit criminal when you think about it, isn't it? This rain looks like it has finally given up. And it's timed it just right if it has, because the next couple of episodes here in West Lindsey will have some cracking views, provided that the weather is okay. And that's been Holton le Moor, everyone. Now it's time for me to move north into the next one, passing through Moortown on the way and back over the railway line. Now I hope you've got some good hiking boots, because in these next few episodes we go walking the wolds once again. See you later. Thanks for watching this video, folks. Don't forget to like this episode if you haven't already. It really makes a difference with YouTube. If you're new here, subscribe to the channel for more videos like this, and give us a share too if you've got friends who'd like it. You can find all the links to my social media accounts below, as well as my Buy Me a Coffee page where you can donate to the channel. Also, if you've enjoyed this episode, have a look at some more videos in this series. Until next time, I've been Andy, also known as the Village Idiot, and I'm out.